In the morning, while people were up and going on with their day, people that didn't comply with the prevention guidelines were still seated dozing in various stadiums. Meanwhile, authorities are explaining to these people the seriousness of the COVID-19 pandemic. In Kigali, 925 of them were apprehended. Among these, 471 at Kigali Nyamirambo Stadium, 242 at ULK Stadium, 109 at IPRC Chichuchiro, and 103 at Amahoro Stadium. All of these, however, give no valid reason why they defied the prevention guidelines. It's a punishment that makes us think twice about doing the same mistake because sleeping here isn't easy. I'm pledging to not go beyond the curfew time again and encourage all my friends to adhere to all the guidelines so we protect ourselves against the pandemic. In various parts of the country, people that didn't comply with the COVID-19 prevention guidelines were arrested. Up to 121 in Rubavu district were arrested after going past curfew time. 62 in Musanze, 64 in Rusizi, and 102 in Muhanga district. Njirumuchiza Jean is one of the people that spent a night in a stadium in Muhanga. He says they have no excuse. Truthfully, when we hear many people dying in so many countries, and yet we become complacent when we are being taught by the government, it's really wrong of us. The mayor of Rusizi district says that due to the speed at which the pandemic is spreading in the district, tough lessons are being reserved for the people that do not adhere to the COVID-19 prevention guidelines. We have examined to see if all people adhere to curfew time. These 64 we have arrested were got between 9 p.m. and midnight, and we put them in the stadium to teach them the importance of adhering to the prevention guidelines. We feel Rusizi residents should be extra vigilant, considering the speed at which the pandemic is spreading here. In Nyarugenge district is where most people were arrested after not complying with the guidelines, up to 471 found in the stadium. The executive secretary Ngabonziza Emi explains these numbers. It shows the power of collaboration between security organs and local authorities, and this was a timely campaign. And it's not only residents of Nyarugenge, there are other people from Gasabo, Chichuchiro that spend their day in Nyarugenge and go beyond the guidelines. Nyarugenge district has about 284,000 residents, but it's possible to find more than 1.5 million residents here. Across the country, 2,046 people have been arrested. Police spokesperson CP John Bosco Kabera says not managing time well is one of the reasons for the large numbers of arrests. About 2,046 were arrested after going beyond the prevention guidelines, most of them from Kigali, at 1,925 people. And when we bring them here at the stadiums, it's not that we're hosting them also. We follow them up, and that's why we started registering and parading them. We want to call upon them to protect themselves from the pandemic and their families as well, and protect Rwandans at large, because the guidelines are pretty clear. The working hours are known. What we are facing here is the lack of planning by Rwandans, not planning their time and the working hours. The crackdown was carried out in collaboration with the police and other local authorities.